Welcome to the SQL session. In this class, we'll be discussing about subqueries and exist functions and inline views and logs. So what is the purpose of subqueries and why we use this exit functions, exit, not exist? And what is the purpose of creating the inline views and why we use logs, why we use log functions? So we will discuss this in detail level. So we are in the process of learning SQL concepts. So basics of SQL concepts for beginners. So this is the class 9. And if you want to watch the previous classes, so there will be a playlist link given in the description box. So you can go to that, but click on that link so that it will redirect you from class 1. And you can go through all the videos. Okay. So, and if you are looking for any guide, SQL for beginners, this is the guide. So if you are looking for the guide, you can text me in the given WhatsApp number. Okay. So that I will provide you the guide for you. Okay. So go to page number 112 in SQL for beginners class. SQL for beginners guide. So now we are going to discuss about subqueries and exist functions. What is the purpose of subqueries? So in previous class, we have discussed about the joins, right? So now we are discussing about subqueries and exist functions. Okay. So for example, like nesting of a query within the other termed as a subquery. So what is a subquery? Simply defined as a nesting of a query, and where in the resultant, like in the where class while filtering the data. So like you will be having other termed as a subquery statement, other as a SQL statement. And the second one is the statement contains a subquery is also called as a parent query. So here the resultant that is displayed from the subquery is called as a parent query. Subqueries are used to retrieve the data from the table that depends on the value in the table itself. Okay, so here the main query, whatever we are writing the query, so the resultant is mainly depends on the value in the table itself. For example, if the value is dependent on the table itself, then we will use the subquery. Okay, so now let's move on to types of subqueries. So types of subqueries here are single row subqueries and multi-row subqueries and multiple subqueries. We can write multiple subqueries in the where class so that based on the requirement, we need to fetch the data from the table. And one more subquery is correlated subquery. First of all, what is a single row subquery? A single row subquery returns as one value. What is single row subquery? It will return a one value. Okay. Suppose I want to know the salary details of an employee who is drawing more than a salary of him. Okay. So this is the employee number 7566, and I want to know that particular employee details. All the employee details who is drawing salary greater than him. Okay. So now let's see this. Click on, okay, copy this SQL statement. Just you need to execute in SQL DBX. That's it. So here I use SQL DBX. So what is the salary that this particular person 7566 is drawing? So just let's check that first, and we will execute the subquery. So this is the subquery in the where class. Okay. So what is the salary? 7995. Now let's execute. Okay. So totally we received 3 records. So 2975 is the salary of this particular employee belonging to 7566. and we are receiving the resultant as greater than that particular value. So here the syntax they have mentioned. Okay. So it has written a single value, and that single value we are comparing in the where class and get the relevant result. So that we will call it as a single row subquery. So what is multiple rows? Multiple row subquery. In the multiple row subquery, it will return more than one value. And in such cases, we should include operators like any, in, all, not in, and between operators to compare the subquery and the operators and in the subquery. Okay. Suppose I want to know the list of employees' salaries between this range to this range, and that is greater than the given value. Okay. So now I will execute this. Here I use the function called any. You can use any, in, operator, between. Okay. So like that you can use. Copy this equal statement here. So we have received 4 SQL. So now let's see what is the subquery returns value. So subquery returns is it should be values greater than these values. Okay, 3000 and all. Okay, so now let's see this. $2,500 greater than 4,000. So here these are the values that are greater than this value. Okay, so here in the subquery we received a multiple this thing, any of the value greater than this value. So here it started with what is the maximum? 3000 something is there, right? So we received 4 records here. Okay, 292850. Any value greater than any means any value. It is considered as any value. Okay, so 2975 is greater, 3000 is greater, 3000 is greater, and 5000 is greater. Okay, so any means any one it has to consider. So that is multi-row subquery. And multiple subqueries. Why we use multiple subqueries? If you want to get the resultant as per the expectation, we can write multiple subqueries in the where class. Okay, so there is no limit on the number of queries included in the where class. It allows nesting of a query within a subquery. So that we will call it as a multiple subqueries. Okay, so here I want to get the second highest salary. Okay, so here I want to get the second highest salary. Just a minute. So here I want to get the second highest salary. So here we are comparing. Okay, so this is the here we are calculating the maximum salary. Again, we are using the where class. So here we are calculating the maximum salary, and this value, whichever is lesser, that particular value, that we will be compared here. And finally, this value should be equal to the main parental query. Okay, so now let's execute this SQL. So here you can see the first only 2 records got received. That is the second highest salary. First highest salary is a king. Okay, so if you see this here, so it has 5,000. So what are the values that are less than 5,000? So those values will display here. In that they are selecting the maximum value. So it should be 5,000 will be excluded here. So remaining, what is the remaining this thing? So if I execute this, what is the highest salary it will come? So 5,000 after 5,000, what is the salary here? 3,000, right? So 3,000 is here. And what are the records which are having 3,000? That will be displayed. Okay. So this is the way to get the second highest salary. Okay. And next thing is correlated subquery. So a query, a subquery is evaluated once for the entire parent statement. A subquery is evaluated once for the entire parent statement, whereas the correlated subquery is evaluating once for every row processed by the parent statement. So what is a correlated subquery? So a subquery is evaluated once for entire parent statement, whereas correlated subquery is evaluated once for every row processed by the parent statement. Every row, whatever it is processed by the parent statement, okay, so that will be evaluated to get the relevant result. And that we will call it as a correlated subquery. Okay, so here you can see how many, we want to get the details of department numbers that are employees working more than 5 employees, more than 5 or equal to 5. So here what I am considering here is, I'm considering two tables and I'm comparing with the two tables here. Okay, so here the main, it is comparing with the parental query. So parental query department number, that is E, and this is the subquery. Okay, so E, and E dot department number is equal to department number. Okay, so that gives the total number of departments. Okay, so that is the way we use. So here the comparison that is to be evaluated in the main parental statement. Every record should be processed in the parental statement. Okay, so now let's execute this particular SQL. Okay, so you can see here how many records we received. 2 records, 20 and 30. Okay, so those are the 2 records. Okay, these are the employees that are working more than in 2 to 5 employees in two departments. One is department number 20 and 30. Now, what is exit function? So to test the value is exited or not in the table. Logically speaking, here we are testing a particular value that is present in the table or not. Exit function is a test for existence. This is a logical test for a return of rows from a query. Okay. For suppose we want to display the department numbers which are more than 4 employees. I want to test. Okay. So where the department numbers having more than 4 employees. So here we are writing a query using group by function and followed by we use the filter condition here. Okay. So now let's execute this. So here 2 records we received, more than 4 employees working in 2 departments, department number 20 and 30. Okay. From the above query, you can display the number of employees. Okay. So whenever if you use the count, right, ename, so here no rows will be displayed. The above query returns nothing because the combination of department number name never return more than 1 rows. Okay, so that is the reason it is getting 0 records. Okay, so the solution to use this is the exist function. Okay, so here we can compare E1 exists comparing with the table 2. Okay, so here in the where class we wrote E1 dot E2 department number equal group by E1 E2 department number having count is greater than 4. So with the exist function, we can achieve this solution. Okay, copy this record, paste it here. Oh, the page number also displayed. Let's remove that. Page number also copied. Okay, now execute this query. Where exit select star from E2, where E1 is group by. Okay, so we have to provide E2 name. Second, something is missing here. E2 where E1 group by department having count greater than E2. Okay, so I think in order by is not needed. In parenthesis. Okay, so here you can check the employees greater than 4. Okay. Group by E2 is equal to group by E1 comma 1 second. We are comparing with the department number having count greater than E2. Count greater than E2. Okay, let me click on this. I think here group by is not required. So we have received the relevant resultant. And it should be equal to how many records came 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So E1 department is equal to E2 department. E2. So here we need to write 1 into comma into dot meaning. And count greater than 4. Okay. How many are there? Okay, so now, yeah. So this is the way to, okay. Now we have corrected this equal order by. Okay. If you give the relevant thing where you're comparing, okay. So now we are able to get the information with the employee details of all the employee details in a department having more than 4 employees. Okay. So now let's move on to non-exist function. So non-exist is slightly opposite to that. Okay. So simply here query other not in now just not in not exist. So it's 10th department data will. Okay. Now let's move on to the inline views. So here inline views are basically used. We can retrieve the data based on the select criteria of a particular hierarchy relationship between the tables. However, it can be used at the derived at the intermediate level. Okay. So like let's see the example. So here they're doing some concatenation equal greater than premier level. Wake up trees and inline views. Wake up tree. So this is for hierarchical relationship between in a rows. However, this hierarchical relationship exists between rows in a rows of a table. So this is a hierarchical relationship whose name starts with hierarchy level from the employee starts with name king. Connecting by prior employee number is equal to manager number. It's a hierarchy. Okay, hierarchical order. So this is mainly used in a HR data warehouse, HR database, where the reporting hierarchy to the employee report from starting engineer level to the developer level, senior developer, and level next level to the top up to manager. senior manager, delivery manager, about the hierarchy of a organization. Okay. Inline views. Okay. So in the select statement, instead of table, we will replace a select statement known as inline view. So in the select statement, instead of table name, we will replace a select statement that is called as the inline view. Okay, so select ename, row number, salary, rank, employee salary greater than, from order by salary. Okay, so here it will display the ranking order. So that is the inline view. You see here I have not mentioned the table name. So I have mentioned the query, that is the select statement that able to achieve the result. Okay. So this is the inline views. Normally, if you are writing any SQL statement, no, instead of storing the data in a table, so we will derive the select statement that will be treated as a table, so that we will save the space in the TB level. So that is the purpose of inline view. Okay, so the next one is logs. So logs are mainly used for the mechanism used to prevent the destruction interaction between the users accessing of same resources simultaneously. So normally this topic comes under the performancial related issues. Okay, so here the raw logs can be done at row level and table level. So what is row level logs? In this row level logs, lock is locked exclusively so that cannot be modified row until the transaction holds the lock is committed or rollback. This is done only used by select array updates class. Select array update class. Okay, select star from employees whose salary is greater than 3,000 for update to commit. So this particular records here, it will be row lock. Okay, so that is the row lock. And coming to the table lock. So table lock is prevent the table from the generating data integrity when the data is being accessed concurrently by a multiple users. A table lock can be held in several modes: shared lock, shared update lock, and exclusive lock. What is shared lock? So a shared lock locks the table, allows the other users to only to query but not to insert, update, and delete rows in a table. Multiple users can share, multiple users can be shared logs of the same resource at the same time. Okay, so here the lock table in a shared mode, just you have to give that. Okay, so here we cannot insert and update the data, we will always query the data. Shared update lock. Shared update lock is updated the table. It permits the other users concurrently to query, insert, and update even lock after the same table. Okay, so normally this and all taken care by DBA team, the database administrator team. Okay, so if you are working in ETL development side, okay, so normally you will have only the select access. Okay, so everything is under the control of DBA. Okay, so shared mode. So whenever issue of any user, it allows the other users to only query. This the shared locks only used once user can be placed exclusively lock on the table at the same time. Lock table implies a shared exclusive mode. Now now wait. The one user is locked the table without no wait, then other user try to lock the same table. When they wait until they use the initially lock, the table used a commit or a rollback. Delay is avoided in spending no commit class in the table lock comments. So here lock table employee in exclusive mode, no wait. And the next one is deadlock. Normally, sometimes jobs will ETL jobs will fail due to deadlock issue. Deadlock issue occurs when the users having a separate object, they want to acquire the lock on each other object. When it happens, the first user is to wait for the second user to release the lock. So if it is delayed, then obviously job will fail at the ETL. The job will fail in the ETL. side due to the deadlock issue. So in that case, what we need to do is we need to clear the deadlocks. Okay. And once the deadlock is cleared, for the first user is freeze, then the second user automatically the job will run fine. Okay. So this will happen sometimes to whenever job will fail due to the deadlock issues. Okay. So normally two transactions occurs hitting at the same time. So that is the deadlock issue occurs. Okay. In the next class, we'll discuss about come up with the new topics like indexes, views, or something. So we'll discuss the next topic in next video. Okay. So thanks for watching this video so patiently. So if you're looking for any data stage training, data stage job support, information analyzer job support and training, you can text me in the given WhatsApp number. Thank you. Have a great day.